So I had to take a trip down to the most unique hardware store in this entire country. Day 4, part 1 of 3. It's day 4, we've climbed to 36 followers on TikTok and 5 subs on YouTube. If you'd like to come over to my YouTube channel, the link is in my bio. But even with the growth that we've had in the last 3 days, I appreciate every single one of you. So I needed to go pick up a new fro today. I'll show you what that is later. So I had to take a trip down to the most unique hardware store in this entire country. If you don't know what it is, it's Lehman. It's in a very small town in Ohio by the name of Kidron. Yes, I live in Ohio. If you took too long of a blink, you would drive right through Kidron and not know it. It's a pretty small town and a small community in Amish country. My favorite place ever. If you have never been to Lehman's in Kidron, Ohio, and you are someone that likes tools or hardware in any way, shape, or form, this place is a bucket list. Every type of tool that you can think of, there's a collection of them in an antique version. I just meant monkey wrenches, leather tools, wood stoves, hand planes, pliers, wash tubs. They even have stainless steel ramekin pails next to actual stainless steel pails. They even have a little museum of the Aladdin oil lamps. There's 3-foot-long wooden spoons. There's actual shepherd canes. There's even blue cheese soda. Yeah, you heard me right. Believe it or not, there's a John Deere ice cream wagon. There's an entire showcase of wood stoves. Not only just wood-burning stoves, but actual wood stoves, like the Pioneer Princess, which is probably my favorite. But if the Pioneer Princess is too much, there's multiple different options. Don't want to have electricity? No problem. Oil lamps. Aladdin oil lamps. They're absolutely gorgeous, but they're definitely going to cost you. Hands down the best soap display I've ever seen in an antique tub. It's almost as if you can feel the history walking on these floors. Not only that, a phone booth, the oldest functioning light switch I've ever seen in my life. All the spices, jams, jellies, molasses, sorghum, maple syrup. The only place I know where to get Kent Rollins spices. They even have a cast iron for deviled eggs. I don't even know what this thing is, but it's awesome. They've even got a wall of water pumps. Every type of axe handle that you could think of. And of course, you have to get some fudge before you leave. If you walk into the wood carving room, you will literally be mesmerized. I don't get it. I don't understand it. They're absolutely mesmerizing. They're immaculately beautiful. Oh, you like knives? They have an entire section of knives. Literally the biggest Swiss Army knife I've ever seen. Literally, right when you walk in, you have this behemoth hanging above your head. They used it to move trees. There is so much history inside that building, let alone in the tools and instruments, but also the entire kids or toy section is literally like living in the Lincoln Logs. But these logs are found throughout the building. In most places, you can look up and see hand-hewn timbers. You can randomly find hand-forged nails. You can find banister spindles that look like they were cut with a draw knife. Anything you need for the kitchen, got it. Any type of cast iron that you may think that you need, they got it. If you are a fan of knives and axes and Gransfors Brooks, they got it. They even have a double-sided Gransfors Brooks working axe. Seriously, it's right there. It'll cost you, but they got it. And unfortunately, the founder of Lehman's passed a couple years back. But there hasn't been a day that I've gone to Lehman's that it hasn't been popping with people. Because it's literally a step back in time. Lehman's has always felt so welcoming, and that is why we will drive as far as we do to go to our favorite hardware store. And what a lot of people don't know is right down the street is Schmucker's. Yeah, the jelly. Of course, they've decorated for the season already. You can gaze up upon the wall of colored jars and the gigantic glass jar chandelier. Not only that, behind that wall of those colored jars is a little Schmucker's museum, literally with the jars going back to the 1800s. Kidron is a very small town in Ohio, but a small town you won't forget. If you want to join me on this journey, I'd love to have you. As always, have a beautiful, blessed day. Tell somebody you love them. I'll see you on the next one.